Okay, so a very good morning to all of you. Good morning, Archana. Good morning, Madhuri, Sheetal, Shivani, Suchismita, Vikshali, and Bhavna. So good morning to all of you. So let me introduce myself first to new people, all the new people. So myself Pragya, and I am your cardio and aerobic instructor. So and Prashant is your yoga instructor. So today Prashant will take your yoga session. Okay, he will demonstrate you. Just follow his steps. Okay, so I'm going to spotlight Prashant. Okay, so Prashant is our yoga instructor. Just follow his steps. Okay, so just so what yoga will do? Okay, cardio and aerobics will is very good for our weight loss. Okay, and what yoga will do? Yoga will give a flexibility to your body. Okay, so before doing any cardio and aerobics, so we need to do some yoga to give a very good flexibility to our body, so that our body will be ready for our high intensity workout in cardio and for aerobics also. So just I'm spotlighting Prashant. Prashant is our yoga instructor. Okay, just
yes, perfect. All right. So whatever being said by your instructor, cardio instructor, and health coach, Ms. Pragya, it's very right. Yoga is very essential because it's all about the exercise of doing the internal organs exercise. So the basic idea of doing yoga, as I've said in the last 3 sessions, we have covered some near about 15 to 16 postures, yoga postures. So it's very important to do the yoga before doing any workout, because first of all, before doing any yoga, you need to have a very good internal posture. Okay, and whatever circulatory system or whatever lymphatic system you are having, you must have a very good internal position or internal organ posture, so that um, before going for any heavy workout or heavy exercise, the body should be flexible to take all the exercises. Okay, so previous in earlier 3 sessions we have covered some near about 15 to 16 yoga postures, basically on fatness, on obesity. So our concern is mainly on the obesity, because as I have said, because of obesity or fatness, there are major ailments. This fatness is the major factor for the major ailments in the body. So if you are counteracting, or if you are encountering this fatness or obesity, then we can counter all the problems that are associated in our body. As I've said, there is no side effects in doing yoga. Rather, there are a lot of side benefits of doing yoga. Side benefits, when I'm saying side benefits by doing yoga, side benefits you may consider it as, if you are doing for fatness or obesity any yoga postures, then simultaneously you can achieve, or you can sort out any problems that is being associated with other problems. For example, while doing fatness, if you are having any digestion problem or reproduction system or sexual organs problem, that also being sorted out, because a single yoga posture is not meant for sorting out a single ailment. It is associated with a lot of problems. Okay, so when you are doing some yoga postures, consider it that not only one problem is being sorted out or being attended, 2-3 problems are being sorted out at simultaneously. Okay, so this is the uh, benefit of doing yoga. And as I've said, you will be always benefited, and there are a lot of side benefits of doing yoga. Okay, don't stress up the body or don't strain up the body while doing yoga. There is no problem when you are stressing or straining your body. The only thing is that you will feel uncomfortness or uncomfortability will come to your body for 2 to 3 days. Okay, So whatever 15 to 16 yoga poses that we have covered in the earlier sessions, today we are going to do it in a single stretch, all the 3 sessions yoga postures, that in standing, sitting, and in sleeping position, okay, and in lay down position. So the basic idea of doing all this today, all these 15 postures, is to define the flexibility of your body. You can define the flexibility of your body, what you have achieved in the last 1 month, because you are continuously doing cardio or continuously doing yoga or aerobics, whatever it is. So as I've told that you must carry out this yoga for twice or thrice in a week, so that you can achieve that flexibility of your body. It's not about the flexibility of the external part of the body, but also the internal part of the body. Okay. So what we have done is near about 15 to 16 postures. In standing posture, we have done first of all jogging, then Trikonasana, Konasana, and Padhastasana, and Triakadasana. Okay. And in sitting position, we have done Chakyasana, Konasana, and Paschimottanasana. And finally, in lay down position, we will do Ek Paduttanasana by lifting one leg and simultaneously 2 legs also. And then Ardhalasana, that is called as Ardhalasana. Then Padviritasana, doing a big 0 by leg. And Dichakrikasana, it's in the cyclic position by both legs. And then Bhujangasana, which is known as the Cobra pose. And Markatasana and Savasana. Okay. So with this, we will not waste time because it is a very tight packed schedule today. All these postures we will be doing 15 yoga postures we will be doing for 3 to 4 minutes. Okay. With that, we will start today. And today we will not be doing any pranayams because today we will be starting with jogging. Jogging, which is a yoga only. When we do it in a slow rate, it is known as yoga. When we increase the tempo or when we increase the rate of doing the yoga, it is known as Vyayam. Vyayam means exercise. It converts into workout. Okay. So starting with today yoga, let's all warm up our body. Before doing anything, we should warm up either pranayam or by jogging. You can do a jogging. This jogging also with Bhagarati and Kapalbhati. Whenever you are doing any jogging, make sure that you are accommodating both the postures, Bhagarati and Kapalbhati. While doing jogging, try to do Bhagarati. That means inhale too much air, oxygen inside, take inside oxygen as much as possible, and then throw it out with a jerk while doing jogging. Okay, that is much more effective. I am telling you, by this jogging method, you can reduce 4 to 5 kilos within 2 months. Okay, it may be about 10 kilos also, but with a balanced diet. Balanced diet is very important. So starting with yoga. See, in this way it should bulge out and go in. Okay, expansion and contraction. There should be expansion and contraction inside your stomach, inside your near the belly, in your belly. When you are inhaling oxygen, it is known as Bhagarati. When you are exhaling out with a jerk, it's known as Kapalbhati. So Bhagarati and Kapalbhati, both you should be doing. As I have said, for jogging, no lane is required, no park is required. A 3x3 area is enough for you. Okay. So you can do jogging for near about half an hour also. Okay. That half an hour when you are doing it, it gets converted into workout or running, whatever you can say. But when you are doing it for 10 to 15 minutes, slowly at your home in 3x3 area, it is known as yoga. So yoga and workout are very closely related. Only the difference is about the randomness. Keep going. Long breaths. Always in yoga, remember long breaths. Long breaths are the vital part of the yoga. No long breaths, no use of doing yoga. Yoga is futile without long breaths. Long breaths. To confirm the breath pattern, put your both palms on your hand while doing jogging, and see that you are inhaling and exhaling. This way you can confirm. See the way it is going inside, it's coming out and going inside. That's it. So in this way you can do jogging for 3 to 4 minutes or 5 minutes at your home in a very small area. No need to go outside. Let it be raining or let it be sunny weather or let it be winter. You can do jogging on a daily basis at your home. Okay. So after jogging, the next is Trikonasana. So all the yoga postures will be covering today. 15 yoga postures without with short breaks only, 2 to 3 seconds. Then next is Trikonasana. Trikonasana, for Trikonasana, as I said, spread out your legs for near about 1 foot or 1.5 foot, 2 foot, and then start bending by rubbing your left hand. Start it from left side by rubbing your left hand throughout the knees, throughout the length of the knees. Rub your hands like this and simultaneously lift your legs. Bend. Is it visible? Yes. This palm should come here. Okay. Bend maximum as much as possible, and don't lean forward or backward. Bend straight. Okay. Like. And while going down, breathe in. While coming up, breathe out. And again, breathe in and breathe out. So breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. You should rub and go. Your palms should rub and then go. So when you are going down, you should breathe in, and when you are coming up, you should breathe out. Same thing, going down to the right side, breathe in, and then when you are coming to the mid portion, breathe out. Okay, and it should be in a very straight manner. Your vertebrae should be very straight. Don't bend, don't lean forward or backward. Do it very straight and bend as much as possible. And don't stiffen up your body. Just leave your body, make it loose, and let it go as far as possible. Okay, and make sure that the other hand at the downside is rubbing and it's going throughout the length. Okay, don't do it like this. It should rub and go. Okay, so again doing this Trikonasana. Okay. See, we have covered some 30 to 40 times. Like this, you can do all these 15 postures, all these postures for 30 to 40 times. The moment you have achieved the flexibility. Hopefully, from last 1 month, we are doing at least 30 to 40% flexibility you might have achieved if you are doing it on a regular basis. Okay. So after Trikonasana is next our Konasana. Trikonasana is about bending both sides. Okay. And Konasana is about touching the feet with crisscross touching the feet. Okay. So starting again in the same posture, you need to stand by separating your legs, by opening up your foot, both the foot, and then swing. Here you are what you have to do, long breaths, with long breaths, again with long breaths, again with long breaths. You have to reach out to your toes with right hand and swing the other arm to the back side as much as possible, and then again touch the right foot with your left hand fingers and swing the arm as far as possible. Okay, and in this process while swinging, make sure that your body is full free. Swing it as far as possible. Okay, don't tight up in your body. Okay, so okay, starting with the left side. Whatever you are doing, start it from the left side. And long breaths. Long breaths. Repeatedly I'm saying long breaths. Make your body swing. It should swing as far as possible. While swinging, make sure that your legs are straight. Don't bend up your knees. Your knees shouldn't get bent. Okay, make sure that your knees are very straight. Beginning it will bend. It's not an issue. Somewhat it will bend. It's not an issue. But make sure that your knees are straight. Your knees are straight, and then swing the body. Swing the body. Throw the body. Throw the body out as far as possible. And long breaths. Take sufficient oxygen inside. Okay. The moment you are not stiffening your body, the moment you are throwing out your body, automatically you will be in a position to take long breaths. Reach out to the farthest position as much as possible. Reach out. Yes. So this was all about Konasana. Then the next position, the next posture, the fourth posture is Padhastasana. Padhastasana is, Pad means leg and Hast means hand. So we are going to touch both the hands to the toes of the feet. Okay, by swinging and taking our forehead to the knees. Okay, without bending the knees. Repeatedly, why I'm saying without bending the knees. Without bending the knees means because while bending and without bending the knees and while bending your spinal to your knees, both the backside of your thighs and calf muscles, it should get stretched out. So the fat accumulation over here, it is a workout for the fat accumulation in thighs and in calf areas and in this abdominal area. See, while doing, you can feel that crunch, you can feel that stress over here, and in this area. Okay. So starting, how we will start? First of all, lift your both hands, go back, and inhale, and then exhale out. Exhaling out, you should bend, touch, both your palms should touch the ground, and your forehead should come as far as possible, as much as possible, towards the knees. Okay, in this position. And then again, inhale, breathe out, and touch. Remember long breaths. In this posture, breathing is the
vital part, long breaths. Yes, 20 rounds. 20 rounds, even you can go for 50 rounds also. The moment you will achieve the flexibility of your body, you can achieve 50 rounds also. 50 rounds is too good. Okay. So after Padhastasana, next is our Triyak Tadasana, how we are doing? Same posture, again standing the same posture. In standing, those yogas which are being done in standing posture, all the yoga postures needs to have your both the feet apart. So keep both the feet apart and lift your hands, take it onto your forehead. Okay, lift it by twisting your palms upside down. Okay, upside down, and then bend like the Trikonasana. In Trikonasana, you used to bend with one hand down and one hand up. Here, both the hands in upside down, the palms position upside down. You need to go to the left and right, and same breathing process. With the same breathing process, you need to go to left to right without leaning forward or without leaning backward. Okay. So starting with this Trikonasana. So first go to the left, breathe in, and then breathe out. Again breathe in, and then breathe out. Make sure that you are doing it in a vertical position, straight vertical position, and you should not lean forward or backward. With that, we will do it for 20 rounds. Yes. In this way, again, this also we have done for 20 rounds, 10 left, 10 right. So when you are going for single yoga poses or 4 to 5 yoga poses, if you are doing it easily, you can do it for 30 to 40 rounds also. Okay. Go to the farthest position and farthest limit. Don't think about the limits. Up to the mark when you are doing, do it up to the limit. Okay. Now, so these 5 yoga postures were mainly dealing with in standing posture, and the next 3 postures that we have done earlier also, that will be in sitting position. So for that we need to sit down. Okay. So first, after doing any yoga, definitely you will be feeling the tiredness or that training in your body. You can relax it by either laying down and swinging both your foots, or by this butterfly asana. Relax. So our focus, mainly our focus from last 1 month, this yoga session, our focus is on obesity or fatness. Because as I said, this is a major factor or the major elements in the body. If obesity is there, if fatness is there, then all diseases will be associated in the body. Because of fatness, BP shoots up. Because of fatness, sugar shoots up. Because of fatness, knee pain shoots up. Because of fatness, leg pain shoots up. So to encounter this fatness, to encounter all these issues or all these factors, we need to first encounter fatness. Because the way we are taking food today, because the way we are having the lifestyle, definitely we are going to face this obesity or fatness. 70% of our population, as per one survey, health survey, it has been saying that people are suffering from different ailments that are associated with obesity or fatness because of the type of food, the pesticides in the food, or because of the processed foods we are facing, because of high salt and high sugar. It has been proved that because of high salt or high sugar also fatness occurs, and not only fatness, not only the other diseases that is associated with fatness, but also, as I said earlier, cancer also. Because these fat cells are the prime food source for the cancer cells. So our first target is about how to get rid of this fatness or obesity. Okay, after relaxing in butterfly position, then we will go in for Chakya Asana. This Chakya Asana, for this Chakya Asana, you need to straight up your both the legs. Okay, and then make sure that you are reaching out to your toes. You are reaching out to your toes. Okay. The moment you are reaching out to your toes, it is confirmed. Then hold both of your palms like Chakki, like in earlier days our mothers used to do it in the home, or our grandmothers used to do by holding this grinding stone with a rod. So hold it like this in Chakki position, and then reach out to the toes without bending the knees. Reach out to the toes and breathe in and breathe out. So while going back, make sure that you are rubbing your thighs and going. Don't do it in this position as I showed earlier, because first of all, for beginners, you will be doing like this, but slowly make sure that it is coming down to your thighs. It should cross your thighs and it should go to the toes. Okay, so starting. Long breaths. Breathe in, breathe out. Reach backside as far as possible. Go backside as far as possible, like the porters, like in the boats, the sailors, they do in the same position. To go as far as possible, and while going, come to the toes, reach up to the toes. With breathing this position, you should inhale oxygen, and while reaching out to the toes, breathe out. So 20 times. Yes. So this is all about Chakya Asana. Next, in sitting position, we will go for the Konasana. Okay. So for that also, you need to again straighten up your both the legs. Okay. And separate it as far as possible. Okay. And as you have done the Konasana by standing, reaching out to both the toes with both the hands, fingers. So reach out to the left toes with the right hand finger, and reach out to the right toes with the left hand finger, and swing your body out with long breaths. Breaths are the compulsory part, mandatory part. Okay. Breathing you can do very freely the moment you are loosening your body. Throw your body as far as possible. Throw it out. Done 20 times. Okay. Again. Definitely, I am very sure that your body might be fully stressed out by this time. Okay. So the moment you are feeling strain, because I also feel strain because of doing, in spite of doing every day also, most probably I do 3 to 4 times in a week. In spite of having that flexibility also, we get tired. We get tired while doing yoga. Okay, your body. But that sweet, the tiredness that gives the pain is very sweet pain. It's not having any side effects. Okay, don't get into panic that your body is under strain. Nothing is going to happen. And then the last posture in sitting, which is known as Paschimottanasana. This Paschimottanasana is very similar to that Hasta Padasana that we have done in standing posture. Yes, same thing we have to do. This is also an exercise for this thigh and calf muscles and abdominal area. Okay. Here, what you have to do, you have to reach out to your toes. Make sure you are reaching to your toes. Okay. So done this part, and then hold both your toes and reach out to your knees with your by bending your forehead. Okay. And see that don't try to keep both the hands straight, bend as far as possible till you are reaching the knees, okay, with your forehead. For touching the forehead to your knees, make sure that your hands are also bending, arms are also bending, okay. With breathe. Breathing should not stop. Breathing is a vital part because that is the only major element that helps in building the respiration system and also fat burning system. The more oxygen you are letting in inside the body, the maximum oxygen it is reaching to the mitochondria, the maximum oxygen that is reaching to the mitochondria, the maximum burning process will be occurring inside your body. Okay, so long breaths are very essential. Long breaths. Hopefully, everybody might be reaching by this time after 1 month, at least to the mid part or the mid portion or the midway to the knees. You will be bending. Okay, do it on a regular basis, twice in a week, and definitely I'm very sure that definitely within next 1 month you will be achieving that flexibility in your body. So while doing the yoga, the way you are sweating out, it's not only your external part of the body you are sweating, but also with sweating of this uric acid and water, not only your external parts or external cells or skin part is sweating, but also your internal organs are sweating. When I'm telling your internal organs are sweating, it's not sweating water or salt or other uric acids. It's sweating or it's throwing out a lot of toxic substance that's getting accumulated in our body because of this fat or the way of junk food we are taking. So all those toxins are getting sweated out or exhaled out from your internal organs. For that only the prime idea of the basic idea of doing yoga. So yoga is all about making sweat all your internal organs, right? Through this toxic substance. Okay. Because of these free radicals in our body, toxic substance gets accumulated over the time or over the period of our lifetime because of our wrong lifestyle. Okay. Okay. So 5 standing postures and 3 sitting postures. With this, we have completed 8 yoga postures exclusively for fat burning process. Okay. So next is Ekpaduttanasana by lifting one leg in walking style. For that, we have to lay down straight. All right. So we lay down straight. with lay down postures, I am very sure that everybody will be comfortable. By now, we have done this standing and sitting. Okay, so everybody's body will be under stress or strain, and they might be feeling that sweet pain inside the body. But as I said, nothing to worry. That pain is very sweet, and also it's going to give you, and it is going to benefit you in all terms. Okay, you will be benefited by that sweet pain. Nothing to panic. Okay, so going with this Ekpadhanasana. For that, we have to lift our one leg and then go down and then right leg, just like walking posture. It's a walking posture in lay down position. Okay. With long breaths. That I did not say long breath every time. It must become a habit of every individual while doing any yoga posture. Make sure that you are having long breaths. Breathe as much as possible. And you see the way you are going to sweat out, not only by external body sweating, also internal body sweating of toxic substance. Okay, fine. See, when you are doing these yoga postures, if you are doing it in a steady rate, then it is called as yoga. The moment you will increase the tempo rate, it will get converted into workout. Okay? It might get into this cardio. People are saying that cardio because you are increasing the rate, you are increasing the pulse rate, not only the rate, not only the randomness in your body movement, also the randomness in your pulse rate. So both are directly proportional. If you are increasing the randomness of your rate of the yoga postures, then the pulse rate is also simultaneously increasing. So slowly in the slow pattern if you are doing, it is yoga, and if in a faster pattern you are doing, then it is workout. Okay. So this is all about Ekpadhanasana because you are doing it with a single leg. Okay. So while standing posture or while sitting posture, whatever yoga you are doing, for relaxing, I told you, you can do the butterfly position. Okay, butterfly asana. In butterfly asana, you can relax. And while in lay down posture, when you are doing, and the moment you are feeling that your body is overstrained, then you can relax by swinging both your legs. Okay. In this way, you can relax. And then the next. So next is Ardha Halasana. This is Ardha Halasana. Ardha means half. Halasana means bending your knees or both the legs towards the face. This is half bending because it's not reaching to your face. Okay. So this is Ardha Halasana. We have done Ekpadhanasana by lifting single legs, and that is preferable for higher obesity people who are having too much fatness, and also for medium people. And those who are having flexibility in eating body, they can go for Ardha Halasana by bending, lifting both the legs up and then going down. Okay. This can be practiced by everybody. And those who are having back pain, they can neglect this. If they are able to do it, then well and good. Okay. So this was all about Ardha Halasana. Next, as I said, it will be a tight-pack session today because we are covering all the 16 postures, 15 postures. So it's very tight-pack. The basic idea was to define the flexibility of your body. How much flexibility you have gained from here you can define. You can reach to a calculated position that yes, what you have achieved or what you have not achieved. Okay, this is just to determine or to define the flexibility, nothing else. If you're not able to do all these yoga poses, no problem, no issue. You can do it on later on also. But once in a month or once in a fortnight, you can try for all the 15 posters. Once in a fortnight or once in a month, try to go for all these 15 posters in a single stage. Okay. Okay. Then we will go for path Vriddhasana. Path Vriddhasana, path means leg, Vrid means 0. So we will try to make a big 0 with right leg and left leg. Okay. So lift the right leg, make a big 0 in clockwise direction. Okay. 10 times. And then in anti-clockwise 10 times with right leg. And then vice versa with left leg. Make it a 0, make a big 0 by the tip of the toe of the right leg. Okay. Then again in anti-clockwise. Then same thing can be done with the vice versa leg, with the left leg. First in clockwise, try to do a big 0 by the tip of the toe, as you should feel as if you are writing by the tip of the toe, a big 0. Try to make a big 0 in clockwise direction and breathe. When you are exposing your muscles to the workouts, make sure that oxygen is reaching to the mitochondria available in that muscle area, so that along with the workout, the cells will be getting maximum oxygen to burn out the fat. So this is the basic principle of yoga. Okay. So this was all about path Vriddhasana. Then we are having Dvichakrika Asana. Dvichakrika means, D means 2, Chakrika means wheels. So this is nothing else but like doing cycling. Okay. So again, I will say those who are having high obesity or high fatness, they can do with this posture with single leg. Okay, with single leg. And those who are having a lean body or flexibility, they can do this same process with both the legs, simultaneously with both the legs. That I will show later on. First of all, this is for those who are having a big fatness, a more fatness, or medium fatness people. This is Dvichakrika Asana. If you are increasing the rate, then it will become cycling, as people do in aerobics or workout. And if you are doing it in a slow fashion, then this is called yoga. Okay. Don't tighten up your body. Lose your body. The moment you lose your body, you will be able to breathe in and breathe out. Okay. So this was all about Dvichakrika Asana with single legs. And those, as I said, who are having a lean body and having the flexibility, they can go with both the legs. Yes, in this way. Okay, in this way. Right? For 10 to 15 rounds, if you are making every yoga posture, that means make it sure that your body is flexible enough. Relax. Relax for 5 to 10 seconds. Okay. And we will do Bhujangasana, which is known as Cobra pose. For that, we have to go upside down. Okay. For going upside down, go to left and come down. I'm very sure that everybody will be sweating heavily right now. By this time, everybody should sweat if they are doing all the poses with me. So for this Bhujangasana, which is known as Cobra pose, Keep both the palms onto the ground and near to your chest area. This area. Close your arms. Your arms should not be wide spread out. Okay. Close your arms. Keep it onto the ground. Both the palms. Close your arms. Bring it near to the chest. Close your arms, and then try to lift. Don't straighten up. You should not straighten up like this, because those who are having back pain or knee pain, they will get stress or airlock in the back. So don't try to do it first. Go for half bend position of your arm, okay? And bend your spinal. Raise your head as far as possible, and breathe out. This is breathing, and while going down, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, and then breathe out. Make sure that both of the arms are not opening up. Both the arms should be in a closed position, and it should touch your chest. Close it, and bring it towards your chest, and then breathe in, lift half the way, and then breathe out, come down. So this was always Bhujangasana. Okay. Then next, in this Bhujangasana also there are three types. As I said, one is with the straight posture. If you are going straight, this is one posture. But this is the posture you should try after achieving the full flexibility in your body. So before that, for beginners and for medium practitioners, you should go to the halfway. You should not straighten up. Okay, you should go to the halfway and bend your spinal cord and lift your head as much as possible. So these are the two postures of Bhujangasana. And the other posture is keep both the palms down near to your bottom to your chin, and place your chin onto the top side of your palms. Okay, like this. And same again, lift your body up by breathing in, and again come down by breathing out in this way. Breathe out. Don't straighten up your arms, otherwise it will put much of strain on your backside. So for those who are beginners and who are having back pain, so do it to the midway. Okay, don't go to the farthest position. Do it in the midway. Breathe in and then breathe out. Do it in a steady rate. And always smile. Don't stress up. There's nothing to stress. Have a smile. Always have a smile and then do the yoga. By this smile, it's having a lot of benefit. It will help reduce your stress level. It will help to improve your circulatory system. It will help to increase the efficiency of the circulatory system. It will help to increase the efficiency of your lymphatic system. And as I say, smile is inversely proportional to stress. Okay. So these are mainly the three postures the 3 ways of doing Bhujanga Asana. Then again, lay down with your back, and we'll go for Markatasana. So, okay. So for Markatasana, make sure that both sides you are having enough space so that you can swing your legs to the farthest most position of to the fingers of both the fingers. Okay. So first, as I told, we'll start to the left side first of all. So go to the left hand finger by the right hand toes like this, reach out, and then in the middle, and then with the right toe reach to the right hand finger. Okay. See, I am fouling to the right side wall, so make sure that you are having enough space. Increase some space. Okay. And again, check out whether you are reaching. Yes, now it is possible. So, little bit will not be visible, my left hand, but make sure that your both the hands are stretched out and is wide open, and then reach out to the fingers. Reach out to the fingers. You can see to the right side how I am reaching out to the fingers. You should reach out to your fingers like this. Okay. With the left toes to the right finger, and with the right toe to the left finger. And don't lift your hands. Okay. Do it. You should reach out to your fingers. Reach out to your fingers. Throw your body. Throw your body. Don't stiffen your body. If you stiffen your body means you will feel that crunch or pain in the muscle. Throw your body. Swing it. Swing it to the maximum limit. Do it for 15 to 20 times. And slowly you can raise it up to 30 to 40 times when you are doing limited postures. When you are doing limited postures, out of this 15 postures, 4 to 5 postures, if you are practicing daily wise, then you can do it for 30 to 40 times or 50 times. With 15 to 20 times rounds with 3 breaks. 15 to 20 rounds with 3 breaks. In that way, you can achieve 50 rounds. Okay. Of each yoga posture. Fine. So this was all about the Markatasana. So with this, we have achieved 14 yoga postures. And the final, last but not the least, is the Savasana. For Savasana, you need to do nothing. You need to only simply lay down and have long breaths. Savasana means like a dead body, you have to lay down and long breaths. And if possible, don't forget to swing your legs also. Swing your legs with long breaths. See, whenever you are practicing yogas for this obesity or fat burning process, whenever you are doing those relative yogas, you need to relax for 2 to 3 seconds or 10 seconds, say 10 seconds. But for that, if you're doing in standing or sitting position, you need to go for butterfly asana. And if you are doing it in the lay down position or sleeping position, you need to do the relaxing in this lay down position through savasana and by swinging both your legs. Okay, so need not be panic. You need not be panic. Okay, don't panic while doing any yoga postures. Give a break and see that your body is not getting overstressed, not strained because of the yoga postures. Okay. Anyhow, you are not going to have any side effects, but only thing that, as I have said, you will feel some bit of uncomfortness. So to avoid this uncomfortness, we need to relax. We will complete the process. Okay. Fine. So if you are doing single yoga postures, okay, if you are doing single yoga postures in standing or sitting or sleeping, your body will not get stressed. But the basic principle of doing all the yoga postures in a fortnight or once in a month is to see that you have achieved that flexibility and your internal organs have achieved that limit of going to that stress level. Okay. So doing yogas, or you do workout or do yogas or aerobics or Zumba, whatever you do, it's all about doing workout for the bodies only, for the internal organs. Okay. So yoga is mainly specifically concentrates upon the exercise of the internal organs. So fine. So today we have covered till now, since last 1 month, we have covered the yoga postures for fat burning system, obviously, because this is a major problem that is associated in maximum population portion of this country. Throughout the world also you will find people are suffering for many ailments. People are suffering, going through many ailments in the body because of this problem, because of this single problem, that is obesity or fatness, because there are a lot of problems associated with fatness. So this was all about the yoga that we have done for fat burning process. Hopefully in the next session we will go for other yoga postures dealing with other problems that is associated in the body. Even with this yoga postures also, lately and later on we will see that those yoga postures that we have done that have encountered the other associated problems in our body also. So not mind, okay. We will conclude with this for this session, and we will meet in the next session in the next weekend. Wishing you a happy weekend. Bye.
So we are done here for our today's yoga session, and tomorrow we will meet for our aerobic session. I will share you the details. Okay, so take healthy food, take rest for 7 to 8 hours. Okay, and drink lots of water. So we are done for today. See you tomorrow. Have a nice day. So bye, guys.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, ma'am.